What a sinister tale. I love it. And inspired by the Rascally Cake by Jeanne, Willis and Korky Paul, published by Andersen Press, I will now sing a very silly little song. This is my rascally version of Pat-a-Cake. And at the end of the video, I'll do a little quick ukulele tutorial. I've put the chords and the lyrics down below if you want to join in. I'll have a quick sip of tea. Lovely worm tea. Here we go. Pat-a-Cake, Pat-a-Cake, baker's man. Bake the most rascally cake that you can. Squish it and squash it and promise to keep that rascally cake away from me. Make it with socks and make it with fleas. Make it with scabs from somebody's knees. In goes the cow pad, in goes the mud. That rascally cake, it curdles my blood. Your horrible pot can hold no more. The mixture it sputters and slops to the floor. Now out it climbs, oh what have you done? That rascally cake's alive, you'd better run. Pat-a-Cake, Pat-a-Cake, baker's man. Bake the most rascally cake that you can. Squish it and squash it and promise to keep that rascally cake away from me. Here we go. Thank you. And if you would like to learn this song, I'll do a quick tutorial. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ooh, I like the suggestion of zebras, giraffes, and cheetahs on a cake. Oh, lovely. You could put all sorts of animals in a cake if you wanted to, couldn't you? And other disgusting things. Any other suggestions? Keep them coming. That's lovely. So chord-wise, you've got, if you've got a ukulele or guitar, the chords are below. The chords are G, D, and C. They are chords we have encountered before in the other videos I've done. G on a ukulele is 0, 2, 3, 2, and it's the one that looks a bit like a claw, a bit like the D chord on a guitar looks a bit like a claw. So there's that one. Pat-a-Cake, Pat-a-Cake, bake, because that's the D. The D is just a bar on the 2nd fret, so one finger pressed tightly onto the 2nd fret. And make sure you can hear all the strings, so you're pressing hard enough. And a lot of the song is just swapping between G and D, which takes a bit of practice if you're just starting out, and is all pivots around that index finger. And the other chord is C, which is a nice easy one, which is a relief. It's 0, 0, 0, 3. Lovely chord. And so I'm gonna, if you want to practice your strumming technique, so I kind of like doing a kind of up down strum. Just practice whatever feels good to you. Or if you're starting out, I recommend just doing lots of down strums to begin with. So you can just do. I'm just going to do the rest of the tutorial in down strums because it's a little bit easier. So Pat-a-Cake, Pat-a-Cake, baker's man, bake me a cake as fast as you can. So that first bit is mostly G, D, and G. And thank you. And G, D, G. So G. So we got Pat-a-Cake, Pat-a-Cake, baker's man, bake me a cake as fast as you can. Then we go to the C. I just did the traditional version, which would be pat it and prick it and mark it with B and put it in the oven for baby and me. So that's, so after the C, you go back to the G and you go quick hop to the D and back to the G. You don't have to do that hop. I just quite like doing it. It makes it a bit more jaunty. You could just stay on the G. So that would be, and I'll go back to my rascally version. Pat-a-cake, baker's man, bake me a cake. Oh, nope, that's the traditional version. Bake the most rascally cake that you can. Squish it and squash it and promise to keep that rascally cake away from me. That's without the jump to the D. Rascally cake away from me. I'm also doing the D as a little in-between bit, as a little bridge. Ooh, a nice suggestion here from Tyra, putting meatballs, a spoon, blood and fingernails in a cake. Oh, that's a really rascally cake. Lovely. Very disgusting. We like these suggestions. And raisins and eggs in our cake. Yes, that's probably wise, sticking to raisins and eggs. I also approve of that. That's probably where you should start with baking cakes. And if you're really feeling experimental later on, good for you. But sticking with raisin and eggs is a good way to go. So we've more or less done the whole song. So I'm just going to do a little run through. So just practice doing that G to D and then staying on C for the high bit. So pat-a-cake, baker's man, bake the most rascally cake that you can. Squish it and squash it and promise to keep that rascally cake away from me. And that's it. Repeat 4 times the 4 different verses. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day. And yes, do look out for Folktale Friday announcement later today. And check out the Alligator Mouth website. We're putting new stuff on there all the time, things you can download, things to look up. We'll be adding some more resources and free things for parents in the coming week. Hopefully, we'll be kind of doing lots of links to loads of things that publishers are doing. So if you're learning from home, we're hoping to sort of help with that as much as possible. Thank you all for joining me, and goodbye. See you again. Have a rascally day. Bye-bye.